Hello friends, this is Ep7 and I'm playing Prison Architect. Now, regular viewers to this series will hopefully remember, and if you're not a regular viewer, why not? Hit that subscribe button. Would remember that last episode we was kind of hell-bent on selling this prison. Let's just pause it a second and go over to our evaluation. There we go. It's going to be worth $130,000. So if we sell this now and then go on to make a bigger and better prison, which was the whole aim of this series, that's what we're doing. Bugger it. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to go for a medium map rather than a small one. We're still going to go with male prisoners, although in the future we're going to go over to female only prison, I think. We had the general warden last time, so we're going to choose somebody else. I think we'll just go for the lobbyist, because he's got an advantage of getting less likelihoods of people who are violent or lethal and blah blah blah. So yeah, we're going to go for him. Options, we're still going to have fog of war, going to generate forests, no lakes, no buildings, condition failures definitely. Not going to go for gangs yet. I think we'll do that on our next prison. We're going to do staff needs. We're not going to do weather and temperature. We'll probably do that on the next one to ramp up the difficulty a bit. Obviously we're not going to do unlimited funds, and we're not going to enable cheats. So we've got the 130 to go on, and I think we still do get our grant as well. So we should have about we've still got a 30,000 grant. So we've got 160 to play with, and we're on a medium map this time. So let's pause it. And no apologies on this episode, because this is going to be all planning. In fact, we're going to be doing that much planning, it might end up being split into 2 episodes or one rather big episode. We'll see how we go from there. But we're going to go, first of all, I've got a kind of an idea in my head that I want to do, but I've not fleshed it out. I've certainly not put it down in the game, so it might not work out exactly how I want it, but that's what planning mode is all about. So rooms first, and yeah, let's get rid of those 2. Over into planning. Let's see where the centre of our map is. That's not the button I wanted, it's that one. So we're, what was that, 100 and... Sorry, I'm turning my head to one side to try and see. 120, so we're looking at 60, he says. There it is. 60 is there. Just on that. There. 60, so there's our centre. Because we're going to keep things centred again. We're probably going to do an asymmetrical one in the future at some point, but not today. Right, what's our plan going to be? Let's just move that there a bit so we can get it. Our plan is going to be for... I'm not sure whether I want it that close to the path. Maybe though. Let's just move that again, just as a marker. Actually, have I moved that? Let's just... I'm paranoid that I've moved that and it's not centering it. That's 59, 60. Yeah, we're still right. And I don't want you there. No, I'm making a mess of it. Go on, go away. Right, so focus. You're back in the room. We want our entrance to be here, and we're gonna have a perimeter wall going all around, I think, which is gonna be extremely expensive, because I think perimeter walls come in. We'll have a look in a second how much they come in at. Let's just go to materials. Perimeter walls are 200 a square. So yeah, it's going to take us a while to get there. Even with our little bit of cash injection, we're not going to be able to do that first off the bat. So that actually might end up as simple fencing to start off with, and then we can upgrade it to a perimeter wall. Back to planning walls, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want a 5 gap. That should be a 5 gap. Tell me it's a 5 gap. Yeah, it is a 5 gap. And we're going to have another fence. 5 gap, yeah. Now this, let's see, yeah, that's going to come out to a certain distance, which I'm not entirely sure yet. And we're going to have the same down on this side. That 5? Can't see from this distance. Yeah, 5, thank you. That's going to come out about, yeah, big. And that's going to be even, but you know, it's not even yet, but it's going to be even. And what we're going to have here is this, probably to about there. These are going to be our yards. So our yards are going to be at the front of the prison. Okay, I'm hearing everybody in the comments typing furiously tell me how this is a bad idea. But I don't care, we're going to do it anyway. So we're going to have our yards out at the front with this kind of buffer in between them and the road, which will eventually, when we've researched them, have dogs patrolling that, and we'll probably have 2 gates there just for allow them to have access. So that's going to be our yards. Let's see, there 16. That seems good enough. Good enough for me. This then, we're going to have an entrance here. That didn't work out. Like that. So we're going to have a double sized door there, and we're also going to have a double door there. And maybe even a double door there, I'm not too sure. No, probably not. That's overkill. And then we're going to have a guard deployed permanently in this area. And then he's going to be there to open these 2 doors for people getting in and out. Now, obviously, we're not got to that point. So we might end up just having this open for the time being, because all this is still, we're going to still have a gate here, but we might have this open just for people getting in and out. And then this is going to be our reception room. That's not even. Do I want it like that? Not sure whether I want it like that. Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do that. Do I want to do that instead? This is where you can get absolutely lost in the detail. Yeah, perhaps more like that. Yeah, we'll have it like that. So this is going to be our reception. So we're going to have a reception desk here. Probably want to go up to objects. So we're going to have a reception desk here with a chair. Sorry, yeah. And we'll have a metal detector there and a door there. Yeah. Maybe pull that back a bit now. So there, that's our table reception area. And where do we want to go from there? It just seems a bit big now. We're going to have a wall here. With a single cell door there. And then this is going to be our... Still our class as our reception area, but these are going to be where our tables are. And we're going to have a bin there. And probably a bin in here as well, maybe there. No. Yeah, maybe a bin there. No, probably there. So we're going to have our tables there, and that's where the prison uniforms are going to be. So that means we can not put a whole host of objects there. We want to put a wall there. Thank you. Then going into our prison main. Now, what we want to do is we don't want all our deliveries coming in through here. What we're going to have is in this kind of area, and it's probably not going to be this size, but this kind of area, we're going to be having the kitchen stroke canteen. Probably not to that side. In fact, we could probably split this in two. Not even in half. Have it offset. Probably more of that. Yeah, so we're going to have kitchen, canteen, and this is going to be the workshop. Actually, no, we're going to swap that round. We're going to have kitchen, canteen, stores, workshop. Maybe not need stores quite that big. And then this here is going to be our entrance, our back entrance, if you like, for getting goods in and out. Probably have a door there as well for our patrol. So we can have patrols going up here, and he's going to go around there. And this is going to be kitchen, canteen, kitchen, canteen, workshop, stores. So our deliveries can come here. Probably have this area as deliveries, which that will then get, so the van driver can just stop here, chuck it all into this area. Probably have exports here as well. Stop it. These probably be staff doors, I think. Yeah, these be staff doors. So we'll have tables in here. This can be for stores. This will be exports and deliveries. This will be the workshop eventually, and then all of them have got access to the outside world securely. Right, okay, so let's measure this up for actual... Well, let's just keep it rough like that for now. Because before I work out how big I need this, I've got to work out what our capacity of this prison is going to be, because we might end up pulling these. Actually, I've just seen a problem there. How do you get out to the yard? I need a way out to the yard, which should probably be like that. Yeah, that takes out into that yard. And that yard. There we go. Do I like that? Yes, I think I do. Leave it like that for now. But yeah, depending on the capacity of this prison, which I've not worked out yet, I might end up pulling these yards, making them a little bit bigger, and then making the canteen bigger to fit them all in. Right, but from here we're going to have a corridor. And I want my corridors to be 3, which will make it there. Because if we make it 3, we can have things like that. Okay. This will take you into the prison proper. Which in that case I want that. Because then people aren't coming out of the prison to get into the yard. Yeah, that's how I want that. This gives me a big section over here if we're going to keep this symmetrical. And over here I think I'll have things, and again this is just roughly, I've not measured it out. This will be things like, I will, no, I don't want to do that. What did you do that for? 6 by 6, so that's 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That works out perfectly. You would even think that I'd done that on purpose. That is going to be our administration block, of which we'll probably put another one there and there, and that's for the 2 offices, which will be the workman, the foreman I should say, and the psychologist. All this will then be the staff room, I think. Maybe it doesn't have to be quite that big, probably like that. Let me have another look. I'll probably be happier if we had the foreman's office down here, because that's where the workshop is. He's got less to travel. But what I do want is I want this as a long corridor. And to make it staff only. If I make that staff only, how are they going to get into the kitchen? Ah, see, you never thought of that. Can get through to the canteen up there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's... This long corridor here is going to be staff only. Staff door there as well. So staff can kind of get through the prison to everywhere that they need to via this long corridor. Now, that would mean that it can only come up to about there. Because that is... how the foreman's going to get into there, but we still need a way how the prisoners are going to get into the workshop, which is going to be there. In that case, that's going to be too small for his office. I was thinking to make his office there, and then he could just come in and have 2 doors in the office, but that's going to be too small. So no, we're not going to do that. Could probably take that room out now. Yeah, so that's the kitchen, which might get big, may or may not get bigger. Right, blah, 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 blah. Can't speak. So now that this is going to be our main corridor through the prison. Okay, that's probably going to come to about there. Right, and then we're going to have the wings of the prison coming off, so that we're going to have like one wing here for prisoners, and one wing there, and one there. And again, these are just getting kind of roughly put out. Do I like that? Well, that's going to be an awful lot of prisoners, and that is not a big enough kitchen. I can tell you that for now. And it would also make sense that we did that. seeing as that's going to be our way for our prisoners to get out. Oh, wrong button mark again. There you go. Right, so prisoners will come through here to get out there. Probably open that up so we've not got that much of a bottleneck. And we can lock this down if need be. They can't get through there because that's a staff door, unless of course they're still keys. But we've got bigger problems if that happens. So that's going to be our admin block. That's going to be our staff room. We're going to have... Yeah, I think all this is going to have to come out a little bit. Yeah, because we're going to need these a lot bigger. Our yards are probably going to have to come to there. Like that. Okay, I'm cool with that. We're like that. Makes a funny little thing there, though. We could just give them a bit bigger offices, I suppose. How are you going to get to your office? Ah, you never thought of that one, did you? We're going to do that. Yes, that is what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to put a corridor here. And that can be a corridor. No. You're making this up as you go along now, son. Let's do this bit better. Okay, so let's look at this again. So that's going to be a corridor there. Oh, I'm not liking this now. If we squared that off, let's just think about this again. Squared that off. Come on, vote with me. Like so. Let's take them walls out. Put one in there. Okay, so now we're back to square one. Well, not exactly square one, but we've both got 2 yards the same. These could be offices. That's a bit too small. It's got to be at least 4. So that's 4. Another 4 by 6, but we're just going to have to live with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a brief telephone call later, and we're back. Yeah, so objects. I just want to check on sinks. How big is a sink? It's 3, not 4. Right, okay. Back to planning. So I want sink there. Maybe a sink there. Sink there. To be honest, I think probably sink there. Actually, let's just cast it one back. Sink there. Sink there. Sink there. No, sink there. Right, that'll do. Then I want serving tables. Want another gap there. Serving table there. Want 2 gap. So 2 serving tables. 2 gap. 2 serving tables. Then I want the same on this side. And again. And then that should do it. Now let's get our wall entrance there in the middle. And I know that's not in the middle, but you know, we're just gonna have to deal with that. We could make it in the middle, but then that would mean there's not fit enough tables in, so it is not going to be central. It's going to be like that, and then obviously I'm not going to draw them in, but Get the rest of them down there, which would mean cookers. Now, let me have a look. I'm just going to have a look. I've got a little fancy app on my phone which will tell me various things. And I'm just looking up kitchens. Kitchens, here we go. Right, if we have high quality, 11 prisoners per cooker will give us high quality. So medium quality is 20 prisoners per cooker. So let's look at this. We are going to have to put these down, because I'm going to have to start doing mental maths, and that is not usually a very pretty sight. I know I've overdone it with the serving things. So we've got 8. So we've got 8 each on each of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 times 8, or 8 times 20. 80, 160. Hey, I think I've got that right, but you can put in the comments if I'm wrong. So that's 160. Did I say 160? I think I did. 160 prisoners we could feed at one time, and for every one cook for every 20 would give us a medium meal, which I'm happy with that. So we want 8. Yeah, 8 cookers. I'm thinking 8's right. That's 4. Right, so that should give us enough cookers for that. Now, I'm going to go back to my little app, because now I'm going to see fridges. So medium variety is 1.7 per cooker, or high variety is 2 fridges per cooker. Well, we'll go for high variety just because the maths is simple. So if we got 8 cookers, we need 2 per cooker, so we need 16 fridges. So let's put the fridges that way. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And I'm going to move that door to there. And I might even, because that's a lot of awful wasted space there, I might just put a partition wall there. For no other reason, just to keep it separate. And I don't think they need them, but I might end up putting tables along this back, as far as I can get them. So they've got some prepping space. Not that I think they need it, but you know, bugger it, it'll look good. So that means we've got space for 160 prisoners. So we're going to call this an episode. And when you come back on the next episode, we're going to start planning where we're going to put 160 bodies. We might end up, because I think we're going to fit a hell of a lot more than 160 bodies in here, to be honest. So we could start getting a bit extravagant on the size of the cells anyway. But we're going to see you next time. I've been Old 505. You've been watching Prison Architect. Hit the like button. Even hit the subscribe button, then you're going to see more. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.